Who wants to be recognized first? Jerry?
First thing, I want to thank these gentlemen for coming here tonight, for showing interest. And I just want you to stop and think. We've had the worst year that I can ever remember in farming this year. We got the biggest expansion going on just with one farmer that has invested over $2 million this year. Now, how many of y'all have done this? And these people are putting in 18 and 20 hours a day at planting time and harvest time. They're having trouble getting help. This is what made Spencer County. It's not this court system. I mean, this physical court, to me, is a joke. It is not run like a business. I've got older people in my area that's living on a fixed income. Well, let's get them, let's sock it to them on a tax raise too. And that'll hurry up, and maybe some of them will have a heart attack or something, and we'll get rid of the older people. We cannot afford, these are working people. This is what made the county. It's not this county government or any county government. It's the people that's in it. And I salute these people. These are men and women that's used to work and I don't know how many sleepless nights I've had, and I'm no different from any of these people, of trying to make a living, wondering if we're going to get rain. But no, we got a government that says, no, we're going to sock it to you. Now, I am really upset with that physical court, but I am proud to be an associate and be a farmer and stand with these guys, and I'm going to stand with them till hell freezes over. And that's all I've got to say.
All right. Mike?
To answer your question about where to start with the budget, I say start right where you're at, because I don't think you're going to get this done. Over
That's all I need to know.
the last several days, I've sat and looked at the rates for insurance taxes. I've got it broke down here for you, so let's see.
Somebody said that they go on.
No, I got this off state websites.
Yeah.
Pass those down that way. There's plenty up here if somebody like one. I got like 20, 30 copies. If anybody wants to see it, can see it. You can get one with the card there if you want to.
Oh.
There's 3 or 4 of these pages I'm going to hand out just to give you a heads up. So what this is a list of Kentucky county governments with insurance tax. And according to the state website, there's 40. I've also heard the number 44. Could be a county or 2 off, but I think this gives a good general idea of where we're at. So 40 counties out of the 120, only 1/3 of the counties even have an insurance tax. Of those counties, the average is 5.9%. When you factor in all the counties, it's less than 2%. So we're already 50% higher than the average Kentucky county. If you look at counties with population plus or minus 5,000 which would take it down to 30 counties, that makes the percentage 1.5%. So that makes us already double counties that I would call within our peer group. I also did a spreadsheet showing our cash balance at the end of every month, which I think is very important to look at. Went back to beginning of the last fiscal quarter and included the year of this one. Okay, in January of 15, we had over $1 million in the bank. February of 15, over $1 million in the bank. During the last 4 years, that cash balance eroded all the way down to the point where at times we had below $30,000 in the bank. This year, going back on those 4 years, the average cash balance for each year declined. In 2015, the average month was $750,000. 2016, $518,000. 2017 was $613,000. 2018 was $573,000. This year, we're averaging $950,000 in the bank. Now, I had 2 months I didn't have data for, when they were doing the transfer of the software. But 3 months this year, we've had over $1 million in the bank. What that tells me, and I could be all wrong about this, but what that tells me is, with 5 conservative mattresses sitting here, we're able to save money and live within our means. Not knocking any previous mattress, don't mean it that way. But what I'm saying, when we're all pulling together, unified, then we can live within our means. And that's what I challenge every department head to do. You gotta live within the means. You can't come in here and say, I want all this stuff, it'd be glorious. Yes, it would be. But then you're asking everybody in the county to pay for it. And people can't afford it. Now, another thing I looked at was the county debt. And I looked at the same thing on county debt with the county's population plus or minus $5,000 to be within that peer group. And y'all get these later if you want to, there's plenty of them. So when you look at these counties, I think the highest county in our peer group is Lawrence County. They got a population of 15,571. They are $1.2 billion. That's $79,000 per person. I just happened to look up while I was doing this, I looked online to find their budget. They got about a $5 million a year county budget. So if they had all this debt with no interest whatsoever, and they didn't pay any other bills, it'd take them 243 years to pay it off. Now, that's one extreme. There's one county with no debt. Spencer County is actually the lowest besides that. We owe about $13 a person with the data I can find. I think we should take it upon ourselves to live within our means and pay this off and be the most progressive Kentucky county with no debt. I think then we've got something to sell in an economic development way. You can't spend enough money to make us economically developed as, say, Marion County. Marion County has 35,000 people and owes almost $700 million. That's $35,000 a person. So that's not the way to achieve it. I understand what economic development means. And I'd like to see some new things here, because I think it'd be great for the community. But I don't care what we spend. We're competing against people that's already spent more than they can ever pay. So we have to do it a different way. I think, first off, I don't see how the state government allowed these communities to get such debt. And when I say the county government debt, this is just the county government. There's no city or taxing district within that county. It's just the fiscal court. So most counties owe significantly more than what this says. So again, I think, the way I feel about it is very clear. We need to live within our means. We've got sufficient income to do the job we should be doing. Anybody have any questions?
Well, you people are contradicting each other. This $1 million that you're referring to, is that available for his budget, or is that what you're saying?
That is part of the budget, and it's what that what I was showing by that.
It's not part of the spending budget?
Yes, it is, but what I'm showing is the amount that we've been able to actually save cash and save money
Right, right, I got that.
and grow our savings during this period of time when, you know, it's been sort of painted as gloom as due and we've made significant cuts. I don't know of any significant cut we've made. I can't think of anything that we were paying yesterday that we're not paying today. Now, I could be wrong about that, it just, nothing comes to mind.
The only thing is we paid off a bill.
Well, and Brett had a great idea about paying off bills earlier in the administration. I'm sure, I don't think it's been implemented, but it would snowball. That then was one thing, when one thing's paid off, start paying off the next thing with that money too. And we should, if we can't pay off $13 a person, we need new people up here, I'm telling you.
On your monthly cash balances, I'm just curious, is that just the general fund, or is that general?
That's
jail?
just the general fund.
Just general fund.
Now, I think the road fund more or less followed, the jail fund always stays, you know, is just barely funded, what I'm gonna call minimal funded most of the time. But, you know, the road fund was pretty similar, I think if you looked at the flow of it, I just only did it on the.
And those were all unencumbered cash?
That was straight off the meeting minutes.
But were they unencumbered? Okay.
I'm sure there's encumbrances, but there is
Because
on
we have
every
to
month.
be, like any business, we have to be careful of cash flow and,
Right.
you know, the lion's share of our property tax return comes in not until November.
Well, and I even thought about that, the two of the months this year that we had over $1 million were in April and May. So that wasn't any influx of cash from property tax.
Well, you know, and, you know, as you know, and everybody here knows, you know, I hope you take full advantage of sitting down, you know, I know rarely would you talk to me, but, you know, you've got full access to Karen and Doug to understand.
Oh, they've always answered any question I've ever had.
Good.
You know, and then I go look other places too,
Yeah.
you know, to see, because I want to see how other counties are doing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so I'm looking at our figures from the same place, and I'm looking at the other counties' figures. And I feel that makes it a fair comparison.
Okay, is that,
Yes, sir. That's all I have for now.